Welcome back to Mediabistro.com's Media Beat. We're here again with Simon Marks, the incoming president and CEO of MacNeil-Lehrer Productions. That's in charge of the PBS Newshour. So you start September 1st officially,
That's correct.
right? What will be the new job be like?
The company's role is essentially to support the NewsHour. That means actively, very actively engage in fundraising, because without money you can't make the program. It also means and something I'm very focused on doing, it means looking at other opportunities for us to produce programming. And we've also got an opportunity to tell what we think is a really good story about the NewsHour. The PBS NewsHour, in its new iteration, has an audience that is larger than virtually anything you see in the cable news universe. If you look at the commentariat, they're very focused on cable news programs that are attracting substantially smaller audiences than a nightly 54-minute television program with a depth of focus on what happened in your nation and in your world today. We think that's a great story to tell, and it's something we're going to be doing more of, a little bit more loudly than we have done in the past.
Yeah, well, and actually that's an interesting point, because the ratings and audience numbers aren't released, for the PBS like they are for the cable news network, so we know what the average audience is for these shows. Is there any ballpark you can give us?
Well, PBS we now get Nielsen numbers.
Okay.
PBS has started subscribing within the last year or so, I think within the last 6 months or so, to the Nielsens. It's not the full suite of Nielsens, but we get numbers. So we know that on an average night, between 1 and 1.2 million people are making an appointment with the NewsHour to watch the program. And that audience has been very, very stable.
Well, you mentioned the new iteration of the NewsHour. I want to talk about that transition that's happened. We switched to the two-anchor format. How has that been going so far?
We think it's going very well. We think that it's added a new degree of pace to the program, a new sense of movement within the program, even while there's still, every single day, an enormous amount of in-depth material that we wanted the program to look a little bit more engaging, for it to have added impact. And we all think that, I think we've achieved that.
Where do you, 10 years from now, where do you want the NewsHour to be? Do you have any goals for the program?
Yeah, I mean, I think 10 years from now, we want the NewsHour to be what it is today and more. We want it to be the place you can go for in-depth daily news and analysis that is solid, reliable, absolutely objective, absolutely balanced, gives equal time to both sides, and is reaching, we would hope, larger numbers of people. The PBS NewsHour is the last game in town. The fundamental questions that we all used to ask in our editorial meetings, what does the audience need to see tonight, has in some places become a question that is, what do audiences want to see tonight? We don't ask the question, what do audiences want to see? We still ask the question, what do they need to see? You
formerly did some work with Fox News, had an arrangement with them. What was the arrangement like that you had with that?
I was a contributing correspondent for Fox News for many years. I've got very good friends at Fox. Thoroughly enjoyed my time there, which included co-anchoring with Brit, Hume and Catherine Cryer the funeral of Princess Diana, which was one of the first big, we came very early in Fox's life, one of the first big special events that Fox News did, and it was an amazing experience to be part of that.
Yeah. What was it like? What are some of the major differences, when you look at working for a big news organization like that, and working for the NewsHour?
I've been very privileged in my life because I've worked for a number of different organizations as a freelance contributor, as a sort of independent contributor. That's how my relationship began with the NewsHour many years ago. Every organization has a different editorial tone, a different editorial style. They want, when you're an on-air personality, they want something different. And so you learn how to be loyal to the information that you're putting across, but how to put it across in different ways for different organizations. So there have been occasions in the past where I've been on Fox and I've known what sort of role they've asked me to play in terms of being the sort of foreign affairs analyst who comes on and in bite-sized ways, 20 seconds, can explain a foreign affairs story, but then in 12 minutes can do it for the NewsHour, or in 4 minutes can do it for South African Broadcasting or Channel News Asia of Singapore.
Yeah, and among these many roles that you've had, you were a RTNDA blogger for TV Newshour, and I'm kind of curious, how critical was that in the ascent of your career?
In my role, absolutely, there was no question, Kevin, I would not be sitting in the chair I am currently occupying had it not been for those seminal moments blogging from the NAB and the RTNDA for TV Newshour many years ago.
Thank you, Simon. That's all for our interview with Simon. Thank you so much for coming up and talking to us today. I'm Kevin Alaka, the editor of TV Newshour, here with Simon Marks, the incoming president and CEO of MacNeil-Lehrer Productions. This is the Mediabistro.com's Media Bistro.